Alright, hello and welcome to another Marvel Snap deck highlight. Today is Tuesday, so that means a new card came out, and that new card is Toxin, the newest bounce card to be added to the game. He is a 2-1 with the on reveal, return other cards here to your hand, get +2 power for each card returned, so think of him like Carnage, but for the bounce archetype. Does a similar job, and in my opinion, he opens up a lot of opportunities that other bounce cards didn't necessarily do. The fact that he just picks up any other card is really big, right? He's not limited like Falcon is to one drops. So I wanted to exploit that a little bit in my decks and use him in a toxic bounce deck. So the idea is there's a lot of cheap cards that inflict negative power on your opponent, such as Silver Sable, Toxin, Scorpion, Hazmat. So being able to double up those effects, I thought could be pretty potent. And then we have the payoffs for this deck being Abomination and Ajax, of course, and then Toxin also acts as a payoff being a 2-5 to 2-7, right? So yeah, I mean that's the thought behind the deck. Whether or not it will work is a whole nother story. We do this, and then they keep priority in theory, and then we can Hazmat again, and then we'll be able to play out these cards, which is pretty good. Or I guess we'll pick Cassandra Hazmat. That's actually a pretty good card to have hit. Falcon. Yeah. So we can do this. These. Yeah. We'll lead off with this. They have a demon. I think we're gonna do this, hope that one of these cards live the danger room. And then assume that they're gonna play most of their power middle to try and contest that. Ooh. Huge. Well. Huge! So we almost won left, I think? Yeah. Kinda crazy. Oh, we did win left. Because I totally thought about the fact that Cassandra was going to get pulled by Asteroid M when I made that play. Wouldn't have mattered. Victory. But yeah, I mean, this is the theory behind the deck. If you enjoy these kind of off-meta brews, consider subscribing to see more of them. Hopping into game 2. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be playing this deck in a bounce package. Like a... That sounded stupid. Oh, they're going to play the bounce card in a bounce... Yeah, in a traditional, like, the one drop bounce package. You got what I meant. Um, so that's why I wanted to try something different, and I've been theorizing this deck and one other bounce deck for a little bit now, and I thought this one would be the better of the two, hence I'm trying it out. Pop, pop. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of bounce, so I don't really think this deck is that good into bounce. Theoretically, this deck isn't good into bounce because they can do a good job of preventing me from having a cheap Abomination. Other side of that coin is Ajax is going to be freaking huge. So, yeah, Ajax is going to be big if I can play him. The big question is if I can play him. So we're going to be able to actually play Sable, Cassandra, Cyclops, right? And then... yeah, I don't think Ajax is going to be that big. I don't think our Abomination will be that cheap, and I don't think our Ajax will be that big. Because, right, they have 2 cards in their hand right now with negative power. So, kind of bleh. But the beast discount coming in kind of clutch. If we pulled Hazmat here, actually, that's kind of good. The fact that they played the Toxin is also kind of good. I think we do this, and then we assume that we'll just Ajax on the last turn, which will soak energy. Also, I've been thinking about Danger Room a lot because I've been getting it a lot recently. Like, I feel like my train of thought has always been play a lot of cards into Danger Room because you're gonna get burned. And I feel like I'm gonna start flipping the script on that and just go, yo, fuck it. If I'm gonna play just my massive card and then, like, I'm just gonna play Ajax into Danger, you know? Like, 75% chance that nothing goes wrong. I like that. I like those odds, you know? That card that they're about to draw will have -4 power on it. So the new question is Ajax bigger than Abomination plus a card? If I play Ajax, Cyclops pops, which will give it 2 more power. It'll be at 11. If they end with Werewolf middle, we lose. Period. End of story.
I am Iron Man.
Didn't matter. I honestly thought they would try to bounce the werewolf around. I mean, yeah. Believe it or not, it's kind of hard to win when they have a 12 power werewolf and 3 demons in Washington D.C. and we have no tech for it. Go figure. Yeah, the one thing I wish this deck had is I wish it had one more spot for tech. Like, I wish I had like a Shang or a Rogue or something in it. I just don't know really how to fit it in. My thought would be take out Cyclops to put said card in, but then that feels kind of weird to have High Evolutionary in it. So kind of lost there. Any thoughts would be appreciated. That is a very fine card for that to have hit, because we weren't gonna play, so it's fine. Now I'm wishing we played Silver Sable middle. Okay.
Hands up.
Well, now we can just play our Silver Sable middle. So it's fine. Having fun there, bud? Now this is what I call gaming. And and then next turn we get to do it all again. In case you can't tell, this deck really leans into Magik, as most of my negative decks tend to. Like inflict negative decks. You really lean on the damn it. I don't care. Guess who's back? Do that. Do this. Do this. I don't really care if we have priority. None of our stuff is techable except for Ajax, and then they have to make a prediction, right? So we had an option here which could have been funnier. Hazmat, Sable, right? And that was definitely the funnier play. That was a million% the funnier play, actually. I've made mistakes. That was such a funny play. Silver Sable, Hazmat into Beast, right? It actually might not matter since they bounced everything. Do you want to get Hazmat again? Could be fun. So yeah, we just go like that. And they have priority, so they can't do anything. And they didn't discount any of their cards because they picked everything up with Toxin. No! Oh, they got my Ajax. Ah, I see why they say they didn't think that we could play Ajax and another card that would win us middle. That was where they were wrong. I guess they didn't know we were high evo. We hide the fact that we're high evo very well, because we don't play high evo cards. We believe in high evo just for Abomination here. Also, in case you can't tell, I love this archetype, that being the inflict negative archetype. So anytime I get to play it, brings me joy. And I think Toxin honestly adds a lot of power to this deck that it was missing. So I am happy about it. Because that was kind of always the issue, is like big things were always a struggle for this archetype. Like insert generically large person was difficult to deal with. So I think this kind of helps alleviate that issue somewhat. Oh, thank God. Scorpion? Blech. We know they have Legion. We can Beast the Cassandra and then Magik Cassandra. What the heck am I looking at? This guy's name is Cerebro, and I know he has a Legion in his deck. I am confused. Help. Alright, this is the fun, dangerous game we get to play here. Do they Legion? So if they Legion Wakanda.
Opponent snapped.
We could Toxin Cyclops. Toxin Abomination. They can play 1 point of power. They can move both Jeffs, and Nightcrawler. And they almost assuredly do that. We can go up to 8, right? I mean, that's the most power we can do. They move Jeff middle, we lose. So, no, we're staying. And we knew they had Legion in hand, so. We really needed a Hazmat. Because if we could have Hazmat Abomination, we would have won, I think. Because they would have gone down to... They would have been at 12 middle. They would have gone down to 8. Yeah, so Hazmat would have won us the game. Or just, you know, another early card like Sable or Scorpion. But, womp womp. Alright, hopping in to the last one. We do have Silver Sable. We will not be playing into Altered Death. No thank you. Please come again. Yeah, I think we want to get rid of Cyclops, honestly. Which is then going to be a funny deck of running High Evolutionary and just Abomination. But I think Abomination is such a good card that I think it's worth it. I think Abomination single-handedly brings this archetype together. My hot take. That's dumb. That shouldn't count like that. It's rigged. We'll play Cyclops right, since we can. And we'll get the pop off. That was weird. Everything just got cost reduced for half a second there. That's something. This. Do this. That way our Cyclops still gets a pop. We don't have to Magik Altar of Death. So we're both running Ajax here. But after that, I think I want to Magik Altar of Death. Do this. Do this. Gives power onto Toxin. It shows the Ajax, right? But they like kind of probably already knew we were running Ajax, so this just confirms a suspicion that they might have had. And we forced their cards out early, whereas we get to keep ours a little more hidden. What theirs would have been 4, so they did, or they're gonna get a pop from Cyclops. Hazmat's dead. I was like, oh god, where's their Hazmat? It's dead. So I think we play Silver Sable here, actually. We do this because that goes under the US agent. We get 8 power here. We don't have to contest middle. It's an option we have that we can just ignore it. Granted, ours will be more power. Like we'd win middle if we played middle. They have 2 cards. Hazmat doesn't do anything meaningful. Right, this adds 25 power, so we go up to 28, we go up. We go up 4, so the Cyclops tick won't do anything. They'd have to play a card middle, and then, like, they'd have to play, like, Squirrel Girl here. Yeah, I do not see how they win. Unless they have, like, Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom wins. Yeah. We just inflicted so much negative on their deck that there wasn't a whole lot they could do.
Victory.
That's like kind of the strength, right? Is we can hit your deck so hard, but we're at the mercy of our opponent if we get the payoff for Abomination and Ajax. Obviously, we were running a mirror matchup, pseudo mirror matchup. Obviously, I think our decks were a little different, but you got the gist of it. Actually, looking at it, it looks like he was also only running 2 high evo cards, unless he had thing that we didn't see in his deck. His would have been a very similar deck to what we were running. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, let me know, and subscribe for future deck highlights. And I'll see you in the next one.